From dive bombers screaming over Pacific atolls to medium bombers pounding European railyards to the Superfortress that changed warfare forever, American bombers in World War II ranged from nimble attack aircraft to flying fortresses that could level cities. These machines carried the war to the enemy, whether striking from wave-top height or cruising at 30,000 feet. Let's begin with the light and attack bombers, the fast tactical aircraft that put speed and teeth into close air support. Douglas A-20 Havoc. The A-20 Havoc served as America's most versatile light bomber, earning its menacing nickname from sheer adaptability. Fast enough to outrun some fighters and tough enough for low-level strafing, it fought on every front. Douglas A-26 Invader. The A-26 Invader arrived late in the war as the Havoc's improved successor, balancing exceptional speed with devastating payload. Its sleek design and heavy forward armament made it the finest light bomber America produced. Douglas SBD Dauntless. The SBD Dauntless became the hero of Midway, its slow but steady dive-bombing runs sinking 4 Japanese carriers in one day. Pilots loved its reliability, even as they joked about its outdated speed. Curtiss SB-2C Helldiver. The SB-2C Helldiver replaced the Dauntless with more speed and payload, but earned the nickname Big-Tailed Beast for its handling quirks. Crews called it son of a bitch second class, until combat experience smoothed its rough edges. Vought SB-2U Vindicator. The SB-2U Vindicator limped into the war already obsolete, so slow that pilots mockingly renamed it the Wind Indicator. It disappeared from frontline service after Midway's brutal losses. Grumman TBF Avenger. The TBF Avenger became the Navy's torpedo bomber icon, rugged enough to absorb punishment while delivering ship-killing strikes. Future President George H.W. Bush flew one, bailing out over the Pacific after being hit. Douglas TBD Devastator. The TBD Devastator represented pre-war torpedo bomber design, adequate in peacetime, but tragically outmatched at Midway. Of 41 Devastators launched that day, only 6 returned, their slow speed making them easy prey. Vultee. A-31 Vengeance. The A-31 Vengeance dive bomber saw limited American service, with most examples shipped to Britain under Lend-Lease. Its decent performance couldn't overcome the fact that America already had better options. Curtiss A-12 Shrike. The A-12 Shrike belonged to the Depression era, a low-wing monoplane that seemed modern in 1933 but hopelessly obsolete by Pearl Harbor. It spent the war training new pilots rather than facing enemy fire. But tactical strikes alone wouldn't win the war. Next up, America's medium bombers became the versatile backbone of the air war, balancing punch and range to strike targets that light bombers couldn't reach and heavy bombers couldn't hit precisely. These twin-engine workhorses fought on every front, adapting to missions from low-level strafing to high-altitude precision strikes. North American B-25 Mitchell. The B-25 Mitchell earned immortality when 16 of them launched from an aircraft carrier for the Doolittle raid on Tokyo. Fast, reliable, and adaptable, it served everywhere from the Aleutians to North Africa, mounting everything from a 75mm cannon to 12 forward-firing machine guns. Martin B-26 Marauder. The B-26 Marauder arrived with a terrifying reputation, early accidents earning it the nickname Widowmaker from its hot landing speed. By war's end, it boasted the lowest loss rate of any American bomber, its speed keeping crews alive. Douglas A-24 Banshee. The A-24 Banshee was simply the Army's version of the Navy's Dauntless, lacking the carrier equipment, but keeping the dive brakes. Its performance disappointed compared to dedicated attack aircraft, relegating it to training duties. Lockheed Hudson. The Lockheed Hudson started as a British coastal patrol bomber, hunting submarines over the Atlantic. America adopted it for maritime reconnaissance, its modest capabilities perfect for convoy escort and anti-submarine warfare. Lockheed Ventura. the Lockheed Ventura succeeded the Hudson with more power and payload, continuing the maritime patrol mission. Its stronger defensive armament made it better suited for the dangerous work of hunting U-boats and prowling coastlines. Martin Baltimore. The Martin Baltimore served almost exclusively with British and Commonwealth forces under Lend-Lease, operating primarily in the Mediterranean theatre. Its performance proved adequate but unremarkable, overshadowed by American bombers kept for home forces. Martin B-10. The Martin B-10 revolutionized bomber design in the 1930s with its all-metal construction and enclosed turrets. By December 1941, it belonged to another era entirely, hopelessly outclassed by modern fighters and relegated to training squadrons. Beechcraft AT-11 Canson. The AT-11. Beechcraft T-11. Canson. The AT-11 Canson served as a dedicated bomber crew trainer, teaching navigators and bombardiers their deadly trade. Its twin-engine layout mimicked combat aircraft without risking valuable frontline machines on student mistakes. But to truly cripple the Axis war machine, America needed bombers that could fly higher, farther, and carry more destruction than ever before. The heavy bombers arrived, aircraft designed to destroy not just armies, but entire nations' ability to wage war. These four-engine giants brought strategic bombing from theory to devastating reality. Their formations darkening European skies, while their bomb bays opened over factories, refineries, and the heart of the Third Reich. Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. The B-17 Flying Fortress became the legend of daylight precision bombing, bristling with 13.50 caliber machine guns that created overlapping fields of fire. It absorbed horrific battle damage and still brought crews home, earning devotion despite losses over Schweinfurt and Regensburg. Consolidated B-24 Liberator. The B-24 Liberator outproduced every other American military aircraft, its high-aspect Davis wing providing superior range for Pacific island hopping, and the low-level Ploesti raid. Crews debated whether its performance advantages outweighed the B-17's ruggedness, but numbers spoke louder than arguments. Douglas B-18 Bolo. The B-18 Bolo represented America's pre-war medium bomber standard, adequate in peacetime, but instantly obsolescent when Germany invaded Poland. It spent the war hunting submarines off American coasts, a combat aircraft demoted to patrol duty. Douglas B-23 Dragon. The B-23 Dragon improved the Bolo's design with a sleeker fuselage and better defensive armament. Limited production meant it never saw combat. Instead, training crews for the heavies that would actually fight the war. Boeing B-15. The B-15 pushed 1930s engineering to its limits as an experimental giant, but remained a one-off dead end. Its innovations in crew comfort and defensive systems influenced future designs even as the aircraft itself proved too ambitious. Douglas X-B-19. The X-B-19 emerged as a massive experimental bomber, larger than anything flying when it first took off in 1941. By the time it completed testing, the B-29 program had already leapfrogged its capabilities, making it an engineering curiosity rather than a combat weapon. Consolidated B-32 Dominator. The B-32 Dominator served as the backup plan if B-29 development failed, sharing the Superfortress's pressurization goals, but taking a more conventional approach. It arrived too late for meaningful service, flying the war's final combat mission on August 15, 1945. But the B-17 and B-24 were designed for Europe's shorter distances and established air bases. The Pacific demanded something unprecedented, a bomber that could fly farther than any aircraft in history while carrying destruction measured in megatons rather than tons. The final evolution arrived, bombers so advanced they required pressurized cabins and crews trained like engineers. These aircraft combined intercontinental range with payload capacity that turned strategic bombing from a theory into an apocalypse, their silvery forms glinting at altitudes where earlier bombers' crews would have blacked out from oxygen starvation. Boeing B-29 Superfortress. The B-29 Superfortress revolutionized aerial warfare with its pressurized crew compartments and remote-controlled gun turrets. Early engine fires plagued the program until mechanics solved cooling problems, unleashing a bomber that could cruise at 30,000 feet while carrying 10 tons of incendiaries. Curtis LeMay's switch to low-altitude night fire bombing turned Japanese cities into infernos. The March 9th Tokyo raid killing more people than either atomic bomb. The Enola Gay and Boxcar ended the war from 6 miles up, their atomic payloads making invasion unnecessary. Consolidated B-32 Dominator. The B-32 Dominator emerged as the Superfortress's conservative backup, pressurized like its famous sibling but conventionally designed. It arrived so late that only a handful reached combat, one flying the war's final mission on August 15, 1945, getting shot up over Tokyo hours after Japan announced surrender. Northrop XB-35 Flying Wing. The XB-35 Flying Wing pushed aerodynamics into radical territory, eliminating the fuselage entirely for maximum efficiency. Its propeller-driven design proved too ambitious for wartime production, but previewed the jet age's obsession with pure aerodynamic forms. Boeing YB-40. The YB-40 converted B-17s into heavily armed escort gunships, adding extra turrets and ammunition to protect standard bomber formations. The added weight created a fatal flaw. Once standard B-17s dropped their bombs and accelerated away, YB-40s couldn't keep pace, leaving them vulnerable and useless. Consolidated XB-41. The XB-41 applied the same gunship escort concept to the B-24 Liberator with identical results. Weight penalties doomed the experiment before P-51 Mustangs proved long-range fighter escort was the answer. Convair B-36 Peacemaker. The B-36 Peacemaker arrived too late for combat. Its intercontinental range, designed for striking Germany from American soil. 6 pusher propellers and later jet pods made it the bridge between World War II's piston giants and the jet bombers of the Cold War. These weren't just bombers, they were the aircraft that made invasion of Japan unnecessary, ending the most destructive war in human history from altitudes where the enemy couldn't reach them.